Kreature Korner. What's gooling on, my funky fiends? It is I, the Grand Duke of Spook, Kris Bell. That's right, coming to you with our live premiere episode of the Kreature Korner. We've done a lot of live things, and we had a dead show on a dead network with a corpse of a co-host, but we're not here to talk about that anymore. Now, we're on to bigger, brighter, and better things. And on our first show, I felt like I couldn't go on this journey all on my own. So, I would like to bring into the corner a very special guest of mine, a very great friend of mine that I've known for a very long time, also known in the Twitch community as LuxurySedan, Mr. Clint DeLozier. Clint, get on in here. Yes, here he is.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you? It is so good to see you. I see that the receptionist handed you your silly hat.
This is my hat.
You saw the sign, silly hats only.
That's right.
And obviously. So you came prepared. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank
I've always wanted to make you proud.
You had. And Clint, how long have we known each other?
Too long is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
But it's at least 15 years.
At least.
We,
before I was spooky and making these kinds of videos, Clint and I used to make videos together with Ultimo Studios.
That's right.
That's right. We've been in gangs together and written musicals together.
Killed people together.
And we've killed people together. We also wrote I'm Han Solo before the Connect people did.
We did.
You can fucking suck on that, George Lucas.
YouTube, I'm Han Solo. You'll see the date uploaded.
Yeah.
Is before the Connect game. So.
Or MC Kris or MC Cock or MC anybody else who did it. We did it first. It was literally the most popular video we ever did, and we stopped doing anything after that.
You're welcome, America.
We hit a peak, and we were like, fucking done.
That's right.
So, Clint, thank you for coming on to the Kreature Korner.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
We do things kind of different here than most spooky talk shows that are hosted in corners.
Okay.
So first of all, I have to change my hats. I wear a lot of hats.
Oh, that's
here
good.
on the show.
You have to as a one-man band.
That's
sometimes.
right. So here we put on the Swedish horg bork 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 hat.
If you say so.
So we put this on because we like to prepare the first cup fresh.
Okay.
Now everything else is prepared, but I like to be kind of like Martha Stewart and have things pre-made also, because it's no fun to watch me make coffee. So we're gonna put your hand on my hand, Clint. Let's push the plunger together. Ready?
Suck on that, COVID.
Yes. See that? And then the first pour. This is mine.
Okay. That's fine.
Would you look at that? My little claw arm. Here you go.
Thank you, my son.
You're what? Ooh. The best part of waking up is pedal java in your cup. That's not.
I don't think that's copywritten, but it should be.
Right. All right, we can get rid of you now, Tiny French Press. So, Clint, would you join me with your special guest mug here tonight? Tonight's coffee is brought to us, as always, by Pedal Java. Pedal Java is located in Knoxville, Tennessee, and is locally brewed right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So this particular flavor is called the Angel's Food Cake.
And you can definitely smell it.
Yes. And see, Clint, these are all natural flavors in here.
I love anything all natural.
Nothing synthetic in this coffee. So to the first sip.
Smooth.
That is good, right? And
even smoother than Keith Stone, if you remember that reference.
Ooh.
Who is this?
My name is Keith Stone.
Keith Stone? You're so smooth.
Always.
Let's get rid of this stupid thing. Okay. So, Pedal Java is fantastic. There's a lot of hints of like vanilla
There is.
in this coffee, and I'm liking that. I'm a big vanilla person. Of course, I'm usually not a big flavored coffee person.
Okay.
But Pedal Java does it in a way that I don't know. It's not. There's not that chalky, synthetic-y aftertaste that like a lot of flavored coffees give to me, or they're too sweet because I drink mine black.
Drink it black.
Gotta have it black.
Hey, what's this shirt say?
This says Blackula, Blackula, Blackula.
Okay, so
That's right.
That somehow ties into the coffee.
Yeah.
I feel like it does.
I like my Dracula black and I like my coffee black.
We'll stop there. I also, or I should say, I do not like to drink my coffee black by choice. However, this is very smooth. Usually, though, if I do add something, which I normally do, it's vanilla. So
okay.
I'm liking it.
So Pedal Job already came correct for Clint on the right?
Yes, sir. I can
Yeah.
definitely, like, if there's a black coffee and I drink it, I'm going to figure out if it tastes like garbage. And this does not taste like garbage.
Right.
It tastes like the opposite of garbage.
Which is delicious. Clint will be honest, though. That's the thing. That's why I brought him on the show, because he'll tell you if it tastes terrible.
Yes, I will. Because, like, black coffee is not my thing, but I'm drinking it now. That's proof right there.
Same.
On the camera, on the internet.
And this is a nice camera, so you know it's real.
Yeah, can't fake this.
So, Clint, why don't you tell me, before we get into the rest of our coffee, because we're doing 2 coffees today, Clint, so I hope you're ready to drink a lot of coffee.
I like drinking.
Yeah, you better get started on that. We got a lot of coffee to go through. I made 4 pots.
Yikes.
Here we go. So, before we get into anything else, what's new with you? You know,
So,
what have you been into? I know you're like an engineer now, and I'm
am.
stuck hosting an internet show.
it pays to pay attention, kids. So, yeah, like, me and Kris went to school together. I went to the college route. I have a degree in mechanical engineering. So,
I did drugs at a college.
on paper, I'm smart. That's what the paper says. Right now, I work as a manufacturing engineer for a local company right here in good old Clinton, Tennessee, boys. I work for 3M, the people who make like sandpaper and sticky notes, Scotch-Brite pads, all that stuff. We make Filtrete air filters, but that is only during the day.
By night.
By night, as he said, I am a Twitch streamer. LuxurySedan 3030 is my handle if you want to look me up.
Please do.
We like to have a good time on that channel. We tend to play some horror games, but we also play a lot of stuff. So it's not just horror games. It's not just multiplayer. You know, I do a lot of single player.
Yeah, see? And
It's all about the story.
Yes. You've been doing YouTube as well, right?
I have been. You can find me at LuxurySedan there as well. But what I'm sticking to on YouTube, because it's a hard space to break into.
Right.
You got to have good production,
Absolutely.
good gear. But a place that really needs service is teaching people how to stream. So I'm a streamer. I've been doing it for I guess. Look at my watch. I've been doing it for 17 minutes. I've been a Twitch streamer for like a year and 3 months.
Yep.
Not an expert, but I've learned a lot. So I'm basically making the videos that I wish I had when I was coming in.
Well, see, that's...
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
Uh-oh, Clint. You know what that sound means, right?
I think, but maybe you should tell me.
Well, it's time to play America's favorite mini-game show, Kanye West or Cult Leader.
Okay.
I'm going to read you a quote. I'm going to put 1 minute on the clock here. You know, I'm not going to put time on the clock. Get that time out of here. Ah!
Okay.
I'm going to read you a list of quotes. We'll see how many you get right, how many you get wrong. Okay? You have to tell me whether or not Kanye West said it or an actual cult leader.
I feel like I'm going to be either really good at this or crash and burn big time.
I believe in you.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. George Bush does not care about black people.
Kanye West!
That is right, that is right, that is right. The writer is the engineer of the human soul.
Cult leader.
Absolutely, Joseph Stalin.
He's
All
my
right.
favorite Stalin brother.
I am not a fan of books.
Kanye West.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that was Kanye, but I had a strong suspicion. I am not a fan of books.
We came into a broken world and we're the cleanup crew.
Cult leader?
Kanye West.
Oh, no.
So sorry.
Oh, no. Tell me you did not just say that.
If the Bible is true, then I'm Christ.
Kanye?
No, that was David Koresh.
Okay.
No, that very close though.
If the
very
Bible
close.
is true, then I am Christ.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Your name's David.
David Koresh also took on the burden of sex with everyone
That's
in his
fine.
cult.
That's a good burden.
His burden to bear.
Underage.
We honestly hate this world.
Cult leader.
Absolutely, Marshall Applewhite of the Heaven's Gate cult, who convinced 31 very intelligent people to commit suicide under the Hale-Bopp comet.
But they have a very cool website.
I don't even listen to rap. My apartment is too nice to listen to rap in.
Kanye. I know David Koresh isn't saying that.
Nothing in life is promised except death.
Cult leader.
Kanye West.
What? Son of a...
If we can't live in peace, then let's die in peace.
Cult leader.
That is correct, Jim Jones.
Jimothy Jones.
Yeah, you're about half and half. You know, you're getting there. Words build bridges into unexpected regions.
Kanye.
That was Adolf Hitler.
Yikes. It's good that wasn't Kanye.
I can analyze people's intentions immediately. That's just a warning to everyone.
Kanye.
That was Kanye, because
Whoa.
Kanye don't take no
I'm getting a vibe that he may be a cult leader in training.
in training.
I mean, he's got the quotes.
Yeah. I am willing to come out when I get my message from my commander.
Cult leader.
Absolutely. That is also David Koresh. Waco, baby.
Waco, baby.
The last one for you, Clint. I don't use blue. I don't like it. It bugs me out. I hate it.
I don't use blue.
Yeah.
Kanye?
Yes, absolutely. And that is Kanye West, our cult leader. You did great. I think.
Wow.
You did. He did win. Let's show him what you won, Clint. Look,
It's incredible.
hang on. Oh, it's a spider with Haley Joel Osment's face on it. Ah!
Is this a real prize?
That's what you win.
Oh my God. This is the kid from the movie about I See Dead People?
From the Sixth Sense,
Sixth
Clint.
Sense, bro.
I see dead people.
Oh,
That's
dude, I didn't
and
even realize.
Secondhand Lions.
Frig that movie. I have seen this mother trucker on the hit show on HBO, Silicon Valley. I literally didn't even know that was him.
Yeah. Well, now
Didn't know.
I think this is the third form that Haley Joel Osment will eventually turn into is the spider from It.
How many HP does he have in this form?
At least 400.
Yikes.
Yeah. So Haley Joel Osment Spider, are you proud? Are you happy you came on the program?
Absolutely. I can do a lot with that.
See?
I can do a lot.
That's what we're here for.
Cheers, folks.
Cheers to that. Here we go. That's one cup. Done.
I'm old Greg.
I wrote done in the bottom of my cup. I made this cup.
That's good for people who are very nosy about what you've done with your coffee.
I figured. All right, let's refill mine. You need a refill there, Clint?
Absolutely, sir.
Yes, you do. All right, we're gonna pour this off the camera around my crotch. That way, if I spill any, it's on myself.
That's right.
Okay, so Clint, now we're going to move into our next segment.
Okay.
A very favorite segment of mine. The Mythical Monster of the Month. Go ahead, play the
Mythical Monster of the Month.
right. I sound kind of like Dudley Do-Right, but that's okay.
Okay.
So, this month's Mythical Monster of the Month is one that comes to us from a neighborhood just outside of Tennessee, right there in Kentucky, Clint.
Kentucky?
That's right, up in Kentucky. What we do here, if you're not familiar, and for those of you who may not be familiar, the Mythical Monster of a Month is we pay homage to a specific cryptid each month and spotlight them and talk about them and, you know, discuss real, fake, all that kind of good stuff, okay?
Have you covered my mother?
Not yet. Okay. We're just getting started. We're just getting started. So, this month's Mythical Monster of the Month, and it comes with a very special guest that we're going to check in with in a second in the conversation corner.
Okay.
Okay? The Kelly Green Man. That's right. August 21st, Clint, 1955.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Out there in Kentucky comes the Kelly Green Man. Late in the middle of the night, one night, Clint, Lucky Sutton and his family were at a little farm out middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Okay, they were carny people. They had stopped in with family there to stay at the farm for a few days to rest up before getting back on the road with the carnival.
Okay.
That night, one of them goes outside to get some water because there's no running water in the house. This is how in the middle of boonies we are.
Okay.
Okay, so they come in. He goes out to get some water. He sees this large oval-shaped object shoot across the sky. All colors of the rainbow coming out from behind it. Okay.
Okay.
Obviously, he freaks out about this.
I would.
So he goes back inside. Long story short, because our special guest is going to tell you all about it, he sees and encounters the Kelly Green Men that night. About yay tall, about 3 feet tall, okay? Not Roswell. This is Roswell. For those of you who don't know, I rescued Roswell from Area 51.
He's off frame. Cole.
Oh, well, come here, Roswell. Come on. No, you pick the whole thing up. Yeah, he comes with it all.
Oh.
Yeah,
Can you swear on this show?
yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can. This is Roswell. So,
Get him lower.
Yeah. Get him lower.
Oh,
Okay.
he's so sexy and fetching.
I rescued Roswell from Area 51
Oh, yeah,
a couple
absolutely.
years ago. It was before everybody had the idea to storm it and do all the running up in it. I came and telepathically, me and Roswell have a lot going on. We talk, we discuss all kinds of things together. And so Roswell called me up one day and I went out to Area 51 and rescued him. And we've been friends ever since. He's my emotional support alien.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my guy here. So tonight, the Kelly Green Men, about 3 feet tall, arms that hang all the way down to the ground.
Very
little,
useful.
Little claws on them.
Okay.
Big, long, pointy ears. It's actually where the phrase green men, little green men,
Okay.
was coined. That's where it all came
Makes
from,
sense.
was the Kelly Green Men. So our guest tonight is none other than the daughter of Lucky Sutton, who was there that night that encountered the Kelly Green Men, Miss Geraldine Sutton Stith.
Now that's a 1950s name.
That's right. Roswell, let's go. You and me got to go to the conversation corner. Clint, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Get out of the way.
I'm sorry.
Mythical Monster of the Month.
Joining me now in the conversation corner of the Kreature Korner is Miss Geraldine Sutton Stith, daughter of Lucky Sutton, who was one of the people who back in 1955 encountered the Kelly Green Men. Geraldine, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, thanks for having me.
Of course, it is such an honor to get to talk to you.
Yes, like I always say, any day you can talk about the Green Men, it's a good day.
Oh, I'm so excited. I have my co-host here, Roswell. He's always...
Oh, so cute.
Thank
Oh,
you.
my.
And before we get started, I have to point this out to everyone, Geraldine, that we have the same Crypt Keeper decoration together, and we have the same Frankenstein decoration because we're just that cool. Everybody needs to know that. So,
Definitely, yes.
so Geraldine, let's just start at the beginning. I know you're ready and brimming to talk about it, so let's just start at the beginning and let the people know, maybe the people that don't know anything about the Kelly Green Men, let's take them on a journey together.
All right, so you want me to just start telling you the story?
Yeah, we're back in August 21st, 1955.
All right, here we go. All right, it's well, actually the weekend of August the 21st, 1955.
Okay.
You've got to realize this is a small farming community.
Right.
Small farming community. At the time, my grandmother owned a little farm. She was a widow, but she had 3 small children. They were 12, 10, and 7. At the time, my Uncle J.C. and Aunt Eileen stayed with her to help work on the little farm they had.
Sure.
E. Baker, which was Eileen's brother, would come and stay some nights every once in a while.
Okay.
He was there that weekend.
Right.
And to top it all off, here comes my dad, his wife Vera at the time, their friends Billy Ray and June Taylor.
Okay.
They were stationed in Evansville. They worked with the carnival. My dad had worked with the carnival since he was 14 years old.
That's such an awesome trade, though.
At the time, it was cool.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they didn't think so, but we do now.
Right.
So anyway, they were so close. Evansville was a couple hours away.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked, can we just have a few days off, get away from this, go home, see mom, his other brothers and stuff, and get some good home cooking.
Heck yeah.
Some of this carnival food gut.
Right.
So there they come piling in. So they're there for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we fast forward to Sunday evening.
Okay.
All right. It's a nice, quiet evening. It's the last night they're all going to be together because my dad knows they've got to go back to Evansville. My grandmother went to church that evening and she had gotten back.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hot. It was a very hot, dry August that year.
Absolutely.
They didn't have running water. They did have electricity, but not running water.
Okay.
So Billy Ray went out to the well to get some of the cool water from there.
I see.
As he's there,
Uh-huh.
looks toward where the sound is coming from, and there's this oval-shaped object, silver in color, with all the colors of the rainbows flowing behind it. That's how he described it.
Whoa.
It scared him. He didn't know what it was. We wouldn't know what it was.
Not a clue.
Exactly. Even today.
Right.
Runs in the house, slams the door, tells everybody there's something out there. Something's outside.
Right.
They're thinking, you got to realize these were young people.
Right.
Early 20s. Billy Ray's wife was like 18 or 19. And so the first thing they're thinking is Billy Ray went out there, cooked up this crazy story to try to scare the girls.
Right.
The jokester that he was.
Oh, yeah.
But he kept it up. My dad finally thought, well, I'll just, see what's going on here. So he told him, he says, let's go back out there. You show me where you saw this at and tell me again. They go back out there. He points toward the sky, tells him again what he saw.
Uh-huh.
He's trying to tell him the same as my grandmother did when he was in the house. Maybe it was a shooting star. No, it wasn't that. He knows what they look like.
Right.
Meteor shower, which they had been having meteor showers that month. No, I know what those look like.
Of course.
Dad tells him, well, listen, there's nothing here now. So let's just go back, enjoy the rest of our evening, because this is the last night we have together. So as they're heading toward the house, lo and behold, in the back of the woods comes this little 3.5 foot tall being.
Oh, whoa.
Big glowing eyes, huge ears,
Sure.
arms almost touching the ground. And he seems to be floating atop the ground.
Whoa.
All right, this really scares them. They don't know what it is.
Well, yeah.
What it is, hey. So they both run in the house, slam the door, and my dad's telling them there is something out here. He's right, there's something out here. Well, they're thinking, all right, Billy Ray done got lucky out there.
Right.
Like he was, nickname. Done got lucky out there to go along with this little scheme to try to scare them.
Uh-huh.
Well, they kept it up. My grandmother told them, says, listen, y'all need to calm it down because I've got to get these kids to bed.
Right.
You're scaring them. And he keeps telling her, Mom, there is something out here we just saw. We just saw it. So anyway, she knew it was really serious. One grabbed a shotgun and one grabbed the rifle.
Right.
One went to the front door, one went to the back.
Mm-hmm.
So she's thinking, okay, let me see if I can really find out what's going on. So she goes to the back door where Billy Ray is.
Yeah.
Sits down beside him back there on the little stoop. Billy Ray, what did you see? And he looked at her. He says, Miss Glennie, I don't know what it was, but I hope it's something that you never have to see. So they sit there in silence, and they can hear the chattering in the house of the kids and everybody talking.
Right.
Lo and behold, around the corner of the house comes this little 3.5 foot tall being. My grandmother screams, falls to the floor.
Yeah.
Everybody hears her, comes running. What's wrong? What's wrong? She tells them there is something out here. There is. And she tries to explain. About that time, they hear a shot ring out in the front of the house. They take off running. Uncle JC shoots one through the window.
Yes.
Billy Ray runs out the door because there's the window and the doors. He runs out the door, and as he's standing there, there's this little stoop that goes over, and there's this hand that comes down and tries to grab his hair. Anti-Link grabs him, yanks him back in the house. My dad runs out, turns toward where it came from, and there it is, and he shoots it.
Sure.
Hears it. It drops, rolls, and floats away. And somebody screams, "There's one in the tree," because they had these huge maple trees in the front yard. So he turns around, shoots one out of the big limb. It falls to the ground, rolls, and floats away. What? By the time it's all said and done, they've shot one off the back fence. They're coming up to the windows and stuff, and they're shooting at them. They're hitting them. These are country boys. They could shoot by the time they could walk just about. So, they were hitting things. 3.5 foot tall. You're going to hit that big of a target.
Absolutely.
And, of course, everybody was scared to death. They didn't know what these were. Why were they wanting in the house, or what they seemed to be wanting to come in the house? They didn't know.
Well, yeah.
They did notice that as they were coming up to the windows and stuff, they had their little arms up, but they didn't have any kind of weapons or anything.
Right.
But the country boy mentality is, hey, this is my mom, this is my wife, this is my little brothers and sisters. I'm not letting this in no matter what it is, because we don't know what it is. What does it want? So, shoot them, ask questions later.
Go. That's how we do it in the
So
South.
my dad tries to calm everybody down.
Uh-huh.
And he tells them, he says, listen, we're going to run to Hopkinsville as soon as we can get to these trucks outside. We're running to Hopkinsville, and we're going to get help.
Yeah.
So they're sitting there in the quiet. Of course, everybody is just frazzled. June's about to lose it. She's crying. And they hear one go across the tin roof.
Yeah.
Across the roof.
Yes.
Well, this really sends them into hysterics.
Well, yeah.
June's really about to lose it. He tries to calm everybody back down again. And he tells them, he says, listen, it's going to be okay. We're going to get to town. We're going to get help. So it gets quiet again.
Right.
He says, let's go. So they hit the trucks, head toward Hopkinsville, which is about 7 miles from Kelly.
Right.
They run into the sheriff's office here in the middle of the night.
Right.
It's 1955. They had one little officer on duty. You got 11 people from the age of 7 to 50 running in there in the middle of the night, trying to tell this one little officer there's something going on at the farm.
Right.
He's trying to understand. He's not getting it. And he's saying, you've had little men come and attack you at your farm, trying to figure it out. My dad's trying to tell him, no, you're not understanding what we're trying to tell you. Mm-hmm. He gives up. So he finally calls Chief Russell Greenwell. The chief tells him, all right, keep them there. Call Fort Campbell, which Fort Campbell Army Base was just down the road from Hopkinsville.
Right.
Call them, call the paper, just see who all you can get there. By the time it's over with, you got this caravan of vehicles going out to poor little Kelly in the middle of the night, and it's pitch black dark, because back then they didn't have street lights and stuff in the street.
No.
Like I said, farms very sparse, it's far apart from each other, and it was dark.
Sure.
So as they're pulling up in there, the car with some of the police officers in it see a glowing substance on the back fence where they had shot one.
Yes.
So, first thing they're going to do is go out there and see what this is. So as they're going up to it, it disappears. But they did notice is when you'd walk away from it, it would glow again. So they never did figure out what that was.
Huh.
But they searched the house, they searched the woods, they searched all everything they could. They couldn't find anything.
What?
The Chief Greenwell went up to my grandmother and said, Miss Glennie, I'm so sorry, but we can't find anything. There's nothing here.
Yeah.
And so she thanks them. They all leave. And so she tries to get everybody settled back down into bed. She gets the kids in bed. She finally lays down in her bed. My dad's sitting there in a rocking chair beside her, shotgun across his lap.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm not sleeping.
And she opens her eyes. Of course, they're tired physically, mentally.
Really? Yeah.
She looks toward the window, and lo and behold, there's one of them again.
He's back.
They're back. So she's thinking, well, I'm just tired. She closes her eyes, opens them up the second time, and it's still there. The third time she does it, she screams at my dad, they're back. So they start shooting and trying to make sure they don't come in the house. And this goes on till daylight.
Oh,
The only thing they could figure that saved them was the sun, because they did notice that when they had turned a light on or they would shine a light their way, they'd back off. And the only thing they could figure is their big eyes probably couldn't take the light. That's what they were figuring.
Perfect sense.
So the saving grace was the sun.
Well, yeah.
And good thing, because they were about out of ammo and didn't know what they were going to do once they did run out.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So my dad got the family together, sat them down, and told them, said, listen, no good can come of this story. People were laughing at us last night. So forget it. Let's go on with our lives and just let it be.
Right.
But that wasn't going to happen, because then you had the invasion of the people. They were coming from everywhere. They were camping in the yard. They wanted to see the little men. They wanted to see whatever they were.
Right.
They were walking to the house, taking souvenirs, taking stuff out of the yard. People were coming from newspapers, magazines, anywhere they could come from, trying to get an interview and trying to talk to everybody.
Right.
And it was just awful.
Well, I bet.
They
Just
didn't know what she was going to do, because my dad and them had to go back to work, and she was going to be living there with the 3 kids and my Uncle JC and Aunt Eileen, and she didn't know if these things were to come back.
Right.
What would they do?
Right.
Just see her 3 babies and, well,
absolutely.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Well, she was scared to death. So she sold the farm within 2 weeks and moved to Hopkinsville in an apartment complex.
Wow.
So did JC and Eileen.
Up quick and fast.
Safety in numbers, get away from there. And that's exactly what they did. Wow. But because she was afraid, I think to this day, there's still that, for the ones that are still alive, there's still that fear that what if, because they don't know what they were coming for that night.
Right. I mean,
why were they there in Kelly? So that was always a fear, but that's what happened that night. August 21st, 1955.
That is, can I say, just first and foremost, you were a phenomenal storyteller. That is.
Oh, thank you.
That is an
got
art.
Used to it over the years.
I bet so. You do it very well. And phooey on the people that laugh at you and that laughed at your family. They don't know. They weren't that, because.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. I mean, something happened that night, and that's what I try to tell people. When I do speaker sessions and things, I try to make people realize I don't know what happened that night. I don't know what these things were. I've had people come forward and say they could have been fairies. They could have been a goblin. They could have been something.
Right. Like the Hopkinsville goblin.
Yeah, because that's where you get the goblin at. Because they didn't know at first what these things were until people came forward and was talking about seeing lights during the day that night, seeing things in the sky during the day and that night. Because that night, actually, there was lights going over from Clarksville. If you know anything about that area, you've got Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville, Kelly.
Right.
And there were lights coming all the way over from Clarksville, all the way over Fort Campbell, all the way over Hopkinsville, all the way to Kelly. So people were seeing these lights.
Right. And there were several reports about them.
Yes. And people didn't come forward till a little bit later because they were afraid to, because of what happened to the family. A family got laughed at. They got, how it is. Especially in 1955. Nobody was going to believe this.
Right.
And so,
it's like, I heard someone say in a movie one time they were ghost hunting and doing stuff like that, and the guy was like, you know, even if we caught something on camera, nobody's going to believe us. And it's like, you could 100% get a picture with Bigfoot, you and Sasquatch selfie, and people are like, nah, that's fake.
Because we can do so much now with technology. It's come so far, it's easy to make up these things now. So
Well,
You know, what are you to believe anymore?
in your all's defense, though, I mean, like with the Kelly Green men, there was no little green men before that. There was no mention of
Right.
the little green men. That was coined right there in
Yeah.
Kelly. That was so.
Yeah.
People can't say, and I know there's some people that like to say that it was an owl. People know what an owl looks like, right, Geraldine?
Well, see, the thing is, you got to remember, these were country boys. They could shoot a squirrel out of a tree and a rabbit running.
Absolutely.
So they were going to hit, if it was an owl, like the owl, the cat, the monkey theories. All three of those have been, but
I didn't even know about the cat and the monkey theory. That's ridiculous.
yes. And there would be splattered guts and bodies
Right.
there. If
there
it had
was
been
a monkey,
anything, even playing, I've heard the theory about people out in the woods playing jokes on them. Well, they'd been dead people.
well, they would have been dead people. So
Yeah, because these boys could hit whatever they were shooting at. They were hitting these things. They could hear them when they hit them.
that's what I've heard, that they made almost a metallic, just like clink when it hit them.
Yes, a ping, like hitting metal.
See?
So they were hitting these things. So, they can try to shove it off as much as they want to, but something happened that night. We'll never prove it. We'll never disprove it.
Absolutely.
Unless something comes forward, where they had come and taken something away. But, you never know. It's just like Roswell. We'll never know Roswell's truth because they don't want us to know the truth.
Well, that's right. And, my friend here, he likes to agree with Geraldine. Roswell here, I rescued Roswell a few years ago from Area 51. Me and him have been inseparable ever since. And he knows a lot about cryptids and aliens and all kinds of things. He's told me several times, as you know, telepathically. He's told me several times, Kelly Green men, 100% real. And they're kind of jerks. So there you have it.
See that? Yeah, I can see that.
They're the kind of people that just show up unannounced and then expect you to let them in for the weekend.
Apparently, maybe that's what it all was about. They wanted to come in and play for a while. If they wouldn't let them in to play.
Right. We figured we'd sit fiddle a while. No, green men need to call first, right?
They should have done something. Anything, send a letter, a telegram, something. You got to realize they didn't have, the only thing they had in there to communicate with was a radio. They didn't even have TV back then.
Holy cow.
So, they didn't know anything about, especially my grandmother and the kids didn't, and Uncle JC and Aunt Eileen, they didn't know nothing. They couldn't afford to go to the movies. And you got to think this was mid-50s.
Sure.
The UFO movies were just starting to come out, late 40s, early 50s.
Right.
So they didn't know anything about that.
No.
Now, my dad and Billy Ray may have, they were traveling everywhere. So, they may have heard something like that. But still, if you knew my dad, you would know that he wouldn't have put himself in a situation where he would have been laughed at, because that was not him at all, let me tell you.
Yeah, I can believe that.
But I don't know. It's an amazing story.
I think so. And that's the biggest part of the reason that I wanted to have you on the show, because I do I call them the Mythical Monster of the Month. And I spotlight a specific cryptid each month. And I get to talk about them, but I never get to have anybody that's, first and second hand accounts with these cryptids. Oh,
really?
Yeah. So you're my first and my favorite. I can tell you that. You've been absolutely fantastic. You've been awesome. So, Geraldine, I know you and your brother worked together on making some fantastic little Kelly Green men, right?
Yes.
Is there a place people can go and look at those and pick them up and find? I know you're working on getting a new mold in.
Yes. Believe it or not, we've had to make so many that the mold is just deteriorating. So we're waiting for the new stuff to come in. I'm getting a different form of silicone to try to see if this will last longer. And he's got to make another mold, and it takes some time. And once he gets a new mold made, we'll be back into production. I've got a few right now, but not much.
Excellent.
But I sell them in my Etsy shop. And I didn't know this was going to blow up like it was. What happened? Let me tell you the story.
Tell me, bring it
What
on.
happened was, we have a Kelly Festival every year.
Yes.
I try to do
I'm going to
something.
have to attend.
You're going to have to. They would love you.
Yeah.
You have to set up a booth and do some talking to some of these folks out there that are, woo.
Invitation accepted. I'm there, Geraldine.
Yes, next year I will make sure you get a booth. Let's see. Anyway, we were planning that. And I always try to do something a little different every year, have something new to sell. Because I have my books.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got a kid's book I'm working on, and I hope to have it here in a few more months.
Oh, yay!
It's gonna be cute. The illustrator's working on it right now. She's almost done. It's the Kelly story in kid form. It's really cute.
I'm gonna get one of those.
But anyway, the plan was to have all these little figures made for the Kelly Festival. Well, festival got canceled.
Oh no!
I even got these cool T-shirts made up.
Isn't that how it always goes?
Huh?
Isn't that how it always goes?
Yes. I was going all out for this year because it was the 10th anniversary.
Okay.
It was the 10th anniversary, so I was trying to get some extra stuff, do some extra, cool things.
Sure.
Well, I thought, well, heck, what am I going to do? I got these T-shirts. I got these figures. Everything's being canceled, even the conventions and stuff that I go to. So I thought, well, heck far. So I thought, Etsy shop. So I started me an Etsy shop, and oh my God, they're just blowing off the shelf.
That's awesome.
I can't keep them. I make plushies. I also do plushies. I do a window goblin, like Elf on the Shelf.
Yes.
I've got Goblin at the window.
Yes, that's so much better.
And so anyway, you can go there on the Etsy website and just type in aliens and goblins, all lowercase, all together, aliens and goblins, and my little shop will come up.
That's right.
I also have a website. The only thing I got on my website is my books. I don't have any of my Etsy stuff on there.
Still though.
But the books are on the Etsy shop too.
Perfect.
And anything else we're in the work. I'm trying to create a skeleton goblin.
Really?
Yeah, I'd like to get it out before Halloween. The same
would be cool.
concept. It's just going to be a skeleton in white.
Yes, I know, right? Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yes, Russell will like that.
Yes, he is. That's right. Yeah, this is my moment.
But I got some cool stuff on there, and we're working on some more cool things. So we'll see. But yeah, I didn't expect this to happen with it, but it's doing really well. So I'm really, really thrilled with it.
As you should.
And the goblins my brother makes are beautiful. They are so nice. They're a hard resin. They're heavy. They got consistency to them.
Really?
They're not cheap. And he does such a good paint job on them.
I agree 100%. There's detail in them, and to know that they're not like flimsy or anything like that, that's even better.
Yeah, I mean, they're beautiful. People love them.
So everybody, you need to go over to Etsy.com, look up Aliens and Goblins, lowercase, all one word, and check out all of Geraldine and her brother's stuff. Geraldine, thank you so much for sitting here with me and sharing the story of the Kelly Green Men.
Well, thank you for having me. I've enjoyed it. We can say all kinds of cool things. Let's see.
Absolutely. We're going to stay in touch. Don't you worry. I'm adding you to my
ghost stories and all kinds of stuff.
Well, then we're going to have you back on. Absolutely. Geraldine, you're the best. And I'm going to stay in touch with you about the festivals and the conventions.
Definitely.
Out to Kelly, and we'll have to meet, and we'll do another live interview, when we're allowed to get close to each other again and all that stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, yes, you can come to the Kelly Festival, and like I said, you can talk to all kinds of people there.
I would love
and see all the crazies and aliens, and you'd really like it. You would have a good time.
Sounds like it's right up my alley.
Yeah.
Geraldine, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kris. I appreciate it.
We will see you next time. Thank you so much, Geraldine.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Whew. Oh, let me take my conversation hat back off. Clint, get back in here.
Oh.
Whew. Sorry. Had to go talk to Geraldine.
Okay.
What a delight Geraldine Sutton Stith is.
Sounds delightful.
She really is such a wonderful storyteller, which I feel like is such a lost art.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not a lot of people have the real ability to tell a story well anymore.
Not to mention that, people don't listen.
At all.
People don't listen. They want to get all their news through the Facebook titles of the articles.
Yeah.
They don't want to read them.
Yeah, they don't even want to read the article.
No.
So don't believe any of the hype. Listen to what Geraldine said about the Kelly Green men and the people that have tried to doubt her and tell her that her and her family thought that it was a great horned owl or a monkey. Like, people don't know what monkeys and owls look like.
I often confuse owls for little green people.
Like,
I have a problem.
Like, give them a little bit of credit. Good God.
Yeah. I mean, they're country people, right?
Yeah, and they were the kind of like very I go to church every Sunday, liquor is the devil kind of country people, like nuts. So they weren't like messed up on a bunch of stuff, and
there's just no reason.
No,
people like that don't typically just start crazy sci-fi rumors.
There wasn't sci-fi.
Yeah.
There wasn't
Yeah.
like that. That was when the Green Man thing popped up. So Geraldine, if you're watching this, thank you so much for sitting down with me and talking about the Kelly Green Men. And the Kelly Green Men is this month's Mythical Monster of the Month. Whew.
Nice.
All right, so let's finish this up. Done.
Pretty good. So
All right.
that was the angel.
That was
cake.
the Angel's food cake.
Okay.
So now I got to give the opposition a little. So we've got the Angel's food cake. Let's bring out the Devil's food cake. So all right, the Devil's food cake is whereas
It's blacker.
It's much blacker. It's much darker, and it's much chocolatier. Gladiator, are you not chocolatained?
That's a good pivot.
Thank you.
Give it to him. That's a good pivot.
Somebody give me that one. Come on. All right. So before we go into our next segment, Clint, to the first sip of new coffee.
Yes, sir. That's hot, sir. That's hot.
It's very hot. That is very hot coffee. You wouldn't think sitting in those little thermos mugs that I keep in
Right,
that it
yeah,
would stay
yeah.
so hot.
So don't buy a Yeti. You don't need it. You can buy the $12 version. It's going to do the job, sir. But I can smell the chocolate just sniffing it. Even though it's like super hot, I can still smell that chocolate.
And see,
I'm going to get in on this again.
Yeah. Oh, that is good.
It's good. It's
Right.
good.
That is a good coffee. I like this one as like a dessert coffee.
Yeah.
Like after a big meal, you sit back, a cup of coffee, and that's where that's where I am in life now.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's good stuff though. I am sweating to beat the band, buddy. It's a
good.
miracle my makeup's still on.
Mine too.
So Clint, let's go into my other favorite segment.
Okay.
Bum bum bum. Creature. Hey, so we're gonna talk about some spooky movies now.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, I love spooky movies, brother.
I watched a spooky movie last night, Clint.
Okay.
Name of this spooky movie was Braid. What the are you all doing, Braid? That was the most ridiculous. I was so hopeful and I wanted to like it so much.
Sure.
So the whole plot was like,
Yes, please enlighten me.
so these two. It starts out and these two girls are like just divvying up a whole pile of Scarface Coke, and there's like
Usually
80
happens on every Thursday night.
Yeah, and the cops show up, so they have to run. So you get little to no information about this. They're like, okay, we've lost all this drugs and all this money now, and now Coco, the guy, he's gonna fucking kill us if we don't get him his money and his Coke back. So
This is a horror movie?
yes.
Okay.
So I guess it's like a psychological thriller too, and a horror.
Okay.
So they're like, we're gonna go see our childhood friend who's crazy and rich, and we're gonna play the game, and we'll steal all her money. You get you get like a blip of them playing doctor as a kids, and one of them, it's this whole weird situation, and then they get there. There's no lead up to this. They walk in the house, and it's like, hey, Mom, and they're all of a sudden like playing doctor again as kids in this house. And it went through a whole cool, I would like to say there's no Braid. There's one Braid in the whole movie, Braid.
Okay.
And it's a very short scene where the two girls are tied together, and each of them have braids in their hair. Their hair is not long enough for braids.
Okay.
This is, I don't know where she got the braids that are color coordinated to the ladies that they put them on, but that was the only, and then all of a sudden they don't have the braid anymore. And then you're like, okay, what is going on, Braid? You
Correct.
better put a nice little bow on this. So I'm like, okay, there's a twist. Here's where they're gonna wrap it up. And then you know what they did, Clint? They pulled their pants down and they the bed.
Oh, I love the bed.
Yeah, they all in it. Nobody wants to lay in the bed when it
Not most.
but you made that bed, Braid, and you lay in it.
But if you like the pee-pee and poo-poo, that's okay.
Yeah, you can.
You do you, brother.
You can see Braid. I'm not telling you not to see Braid. It wasn't for me. It was one of those things. I call it driving the bus off the cliff. They had a cool movie they wrote, but they didn't know how to end it, so they drove the bus off the cliff and everybody died. Bear. That's how I like to.
That'll happen sometimes.
Yeah. So Braid, I'm gonna give Braid 2.5 severed hands out of 5.
Oh.
And you know,
I mean, what are you gonna do with 5 severed hands? Anyway?
yeah, what are you gonna do with 5 severed hands, Braid? Not make another f***ing movie about hairstyles, ponytail.
Yeah, that's the most interesting part of this.
No braids.
I mean, you might as well call it like Birdcage or something.
Yeah.
Were there any birds in the movie? No.
Yes,
Okay, can't call it Birdcage.
call it Birdcage.
What about an umbrella? Was there an umbrella in the movie?
there was.
What the?
She got pregnant by the lady doctor, and then they opened up all these doors. They killed this cop, and they're like, "Oh no, there's the cop's spooky ghost body all of a sudden." And then she goes and digs up the grave, and the cop's gone, and that's it. You don't need to know any more about that. We're done with that.
I understand enough.
Like, so thank you for asking all the questions that you answered none of.
Okay.
All right, movie
Well,
2.
that's because Braid 2's coming out.
I hope so. Pippi Longstockings.
Two.
Braid 2.
Return to Pippi.
Turn to Pippi. Nothing makes sense. Still.
The movie has 2 subtitles.
A subtitle.
That's right.
So, movie 2, Volition. Okay. Now, this was one that got sent to me from Lionsgate for me to check out and review, and I got to interview Miss Magda Apanovich, who is the leading lady in the film.
Bonjour.
Absolutely phenomenal movie. I really loved this one.
Okay.
It's kind of a time-bending sci-fi thriller.
Now, when you get into time stuff,
Yes.
you can really go wrong.
And he does in a major. They go a really cool route with time travel. Not to give too much away, but he's a clairvoyant that sees his own death and he tries to prevent it.
Okay.
So that's
That's
the whole
very
plot.
interesting.
Yes,
I
whole
like that.
plot. And Adrian Glenmeyer is an absolutely phenomenal actor. I think he won Best Leading Man at the Leo Awards, which congratulations, Volition, for your 3 Leo Awards. Awesome.
Better than the 3 Scorpio awards, if I do say so myself.
Absolutely.
I'm a Scorpio. I've gotten a lot of awards.
Me too.
Never worth it.
We're both Scorpios. That's right.
Yeah.
How are we sitting this close together?
I don't know.
Astrology. So Volition, I've said enough great things about Volition. I loved that movie. You should check it out. And all of you right now, go over to Apple TV. You can buy it right now, right there. I think it's on Prime TV. I think it's on Apple TV.
That's the best thing about quarantine.
Right?
Like, you don't even have to go to the movie theater. You can just, here it is.
Right. That's what I got all snooty after I was screening a lot of movies. Like, do I have to go to the theater to watch this now? But I love this. Volition is definitely one to go check out. Braid. Volition was much better than you.
There you go.
And the final movie, Would You Rather? This is kind of not an older movie, but like 2016 era.
I think I've seen this.
Horror movie. Jeffrey Combs is in it.
I don't know who that is.
Reanimator. Jeffrey Combs is a f***ing treasure in the horror community.
I'm sorry.
Did you ever see The Frighteners? Michael J. Fox? Or he's a ghost detective?
No.
Oh my God, Clint, I'm gonna pour Pedal Java coffee on your fucking head.
As long as you don't hold it like Michael J. Fox would, I think I won't get burned. I have you idea.
It's just me.
Love you, Mike.
That's right. Would You Rather is this awesome. It's a cool movie. It's got the guy that plays the Penguin in Gotham, the new Gotham show. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That cat's in it. It basically is about Jeffrey Combs. He's this crazy rich millionaire, and he convinces all these people that are down on their luck to come to his house, and he will put them through a game, and they have a chance to win. They're set for life.
Right.
He'll take care of them for life. One person gets to win all of it. Okay. So they play a game called Would You Rather. Both choices are awful, Clint.
I barely remember this movie, but I was like, you know, like sometimes you put yourself in a character's shoes and you're like, well, I would have done it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, from what I remember about this movie, I don't want to do either of those things. Never want to do either of those things.
There's the one that where you have to like electrocute yourself. They put like the nodes on their heads and they're like, okay, you can electrocute yourself or the person sitting next to you.
Oh.
And then it kind of
might
just
have
keeps.
done the person next to me.
That's kind of what it keeps happening. Like there's this old lady in a wheelchair.
Yikes.
The girl next to her is like.
Is it always like you do something either to yourself or to somebody else?
Yes.
Option one, option two.
Option. Like one guy, they gave him the option to either slit his own eyeball with a razor blade or to like stab the girl next to him in the tongue. And of course, he loves. I don't remember what it was that he was supposed to do to her, but he loves her all of a sudden, and so bada bing, bada boom. He does. So Would You Rather's terrible. That's a terrible game to play. But Jeffrey Combs is a delight as always.
Okay.
So definitely a great movie also to check out. I think that one's on Netflix.
I don't know.
A little bit of Would You Rather, baby.
Look it up. It's good stuff.
So good.
It'll get you thinking, that's for sure.
It really does. It'll make like, am I a good person? Because I probably would have electrocuted the shit out of that old woman.
You gonna ride the lightning?
The guy Ricky from Trailer Park Boys is in it. He stabs her in the leg because he's like, "Listen, I'm gonna stab you in the leg, lady. You can't feel them."
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
in a wheelchair. Frick him.
Well, that's what he thought.
Did she kick him?
Yeah, she kicked it all right. The bucket, because she died. Stabbed her in an artery.
Spoiler alert.
I'm supposed to say that first, right?
It's 2016.
It's great. Come on. If you haven't seen it by now, get with it.
Get
What
with
have you been doing in quarantine? Not watching Jeffrey Combs movies? Obviously, Clint.
I haven't been combing my hair either.
Jesus Christ. Neither does Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lot of hair anymore.
That's really sad for him.
But he's awesome. I love Jeffrey Combs. You're gonna.
I'll go look him up.
You'll look him up. You'll know.
I'm
who
sure.
talking
Yeah,
about.
I'll probably know who you're talking
That's
about.
what it is.
I have the memory the size of an ant. So like things can happen 5 minutes ago on my stream and I don't remember them. It's the dangest thing.
That's it, Clint.
You smoked it?
We're out of coffee. We drank all the coffee. Through the whole duration of this program, we've drank all the coffee, I believe. Yep. There's a little bit left in here. I'm gonna drink it, Clint.
All right.
Okay.
I'll let you have this.
Please let me have the rest of the coffee. I need it to make it through the rest of this.
I like it when you say please.
Pretty please.
I need it to make it through the rest of this.
So, Clint, we've got people that make this show possible.
Who?
Okay? People like the Black Cat Curiosities and Outbreak on Main. Out there in Oneida, our friends and wonderful friends out there in Oneida. The Black Cat is this really cool little oddity shop. Mm-hmm. An Outbreak on Main is their haunted attraction that is in the back of the shop. It's huge. You wouldn't think a haunted house that's in the back of another shop would be expansive and enormous, but it's huge.
Okay.
And this year's theme that they're doing is Freak Show.
Okay.
They're bringing the Freak Show out, and yours truly will be the carnival barker standing out in front of the haunt all year. So this
all
October,
year?
all year. I don't live. The corner here. I sleep here, and then I go stand outside of the
I gotta go drive to Oneida.
So I gotta go to stand outside the haunt. Speaking of haunted houses, Screamville, I'm gonna be working with them this year also. I'm splitting myself in two by mitosis. Is that correct? Is that the problem?
Something like that.
Something like that. I'm splitting myself in twain, and I'm doing something special with Screamville. I don't want to reveal what that is yet, but Screamville helps make this show possible.
Okay.
The Mystic Orb Wonderful Mystic Orb right here
been
in
there.
Clinton, Tennessee. Clint has been there. It's a great shop.
It is.
Right?
Yeah. I'm proud of old Kris.
Yeah. See? It's not my shop.
I'm proud of the people who do it.
It's my girlfriend Ashley's shop, and she does fantastic work.
Look at that.
doesn't
Kris
it?
is so humble. He doesn't even want to take credit for his own girlfriend's shop, which, I mean, if she does everything, then he probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
But
she does.
I tried to give it to him, and he said, no, it's all this girl.
I don't
So,
do anything.
2 thumbs up for that, buddy.
Thank you.
Way to cover yourself.
I try. When she watches this later and goes, the fuck? You don't even sweep the floor. Goblin Hoss.
Okay.
Another great sponsor of ours. Go check out their website, goblinhoss.com, and shop his wares. He's got horror t-shirts, horror merch. The hat, where did it go? This one right here, Keep On Camping,
Dude,
starring Jason Voorhees.
I saw this before we went live. I love it. I love it.
Right there in Goblin Hoss.
Yeah.
Goblin Hoss has these awesome Keep On Dreaming stickers. I mean, he's got everything.
on dreaming.
Patches, this little baby Godzilla patch
Oh,
that I
that's
have. Yeah, all
Let
my,
me see that.
Yeah.
Dude, he looks like some weird baby.
Well, he's baby Godzilla, Clint.
Oh, okay.
So that would be why.
Got him.
That would be why that is. Let's see. I feel like somebody else helps make this show possible, Clint.
People who...
Pedal Java.
Ah!
What are you doing? Is that right? Pedal Java makes this show possible.
Thank you, Pedal.
Because without Pedal Java, I wouldn't have any coffee to drink, and I couldn't get all excited and sweaty for you people.
More than likely, that's true. More than likely.
It is. If you saw my show last year, you would know that I slept in a meat locker
Just so you
with
wouldn't
a
sweat
dead
on air?
person. Yeah, with a dead person on air. Just, it was terrible. It was great for the ambience of the show, but terrible for the on-air energy. Ugh. We live and learn, though, Clint.
That's right.
So now, Clint, I want to give you an opportunity to tell the people about yourself and do some plugs of your own.
Okay.
Maybe I could give you this.
Bag full of spiders and bugs and snakes.
I'm going to leave that right there. Well,
That
there it goes.
Well, wait, before you do your plugs, you're
Oh
gonna
my
have
God.
to do them.
Yes.
Yep, you gotta do it with
This
these.
is going to be on stream.
Yeah, you gotta do all your plugs with these zombie teeth in.
Oh my God. Oh, sorry.
So tell all the people. Where can they see you, Clint?
What, Jake? You can try me on sleep. I can't do it, man. I got the bottom teeth.
The bottom teeth.
They keep falling out, you know what I'm saying?
Gomer Pie. Oh God!
I've got to do my lips so they don't fall out. I need them that taste, man.
Oh my God! Where are they finding you, Clint?
I'm a special boy. I'm keeping these though. I don't think you want them after what I just did.
No, that's why.
If I can figure out how to get these to sit in my mouth, this will tell you all about my stream. I've I've pondered ways I've pondered different hillbilly teeth.
Yes.
From Amazon that I could buy and purchase and throw in my mouth from time to time, along with other random things that I could throw in my mouth.
From top to top.
But like I said earlier, LuxurySedan 3030 is the handle on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, on everything. You can find me. Like I said, we play horror games right now. We're playing through Detroit Become Human. It's a game about artificial intelligence in a future state Detroit, which has seen the fall of the automobile industry.
Okay.
And they are making androids.
Okay.
Or cyborgs or, fully autonomous machines that look like humans.
That's the future Bill Gates wants.
That's right. Frig him. I don't like him. But this is an incredible game. Like, literally in my top 10. It's made by a team who's done a lot of games of this nature where it's like quick time events and things like that. So come check me out on there. It'll be a good time. I stream Sunday, Thursday, Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Would love to see you there.
Yeah, no, keep going.
I don't know what you're doing with my hat because I really like it.
I'm gonna put the hyper based good idea hat that I'm working on.
Yeah.
It is an electric idea hat. So
I mean, as long as I have a hat,
yeah,
that's all that really matters to me because I saw the sign and
silly hats only.
I saw the things that were required to enter the room, and a hat was one of
There
them.
we go. If you could just hold that on for me.
This doesn't seem like a good hat to wear.
No, it's okay. We're gonna hook these. Okay, what's gonna happen here is this is gonna send some electricity to the hat, and the light bulb's gonna go off, and it's gonna give you really great ideas.
Oh,
it's an electronic.
I've been needing some good ideas.
Yeah, it's an electronic idea.
I have to think all the time, like, what should I play next?
Right?
What should I play after this?
Well, it would seem Clint has plenty of good ideas now, and you could check him out at LuxurySedan 3030 on Twitch.
Your mother sucks in hell!
God! So until next time, my funky fiends, be sure to keep those eyes peeled because there's always more coffee and more creepy ghouling on in the Creature Corner. Bye-bye.